Welcome to Yoga Techniques for the Classroom, Session 2. Move your desks off to the side, or if you have room, you can do these poses beside your desk. Just be sure that you're working within your own range of motion, so that means not overstretching. And if something feels uncomfortable, just come out of the pose. Try and stay focused throughout and focus on that nice, gentle breathing. So let's try a couple breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Make sure you're not forcing the breath. And let's kneel down for candle pose. So on our knees, sit down onto your heels with good posture. So you want our shoulders open and balanced over our hips. Reach your spines up tall and reach your head up tall. Let's take a few breaths there.
Did you know that a large tub of buttered popcorn in a large pop contain over 2,500 calories? That's more than enough calories for an average person to consume in the entire day.
Another option for your hands is holding your hands at your heart. Imagine you're creating the shape of a flame, and each time you take a breath in, the flame burns brighter and brighter.
Did you know that every pound of lean muscle burns an additional 30 to 50 calories per day?
Let's take one breath, reaching up. Keep your posture, pull those abdominals in, and breathe out, rest your arms down. Okay, let's come up into cat pose. So onto our knees. Rest your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Now breathe in and lift your hips and your head up high. Breathe out, tuck your head and hips under. Inhale, lift your head and hips up. And exhale, tuck your head and hips under. We're coordinating our movement with our breath. As you breathe out, tuck your head and hips under, really round your back. Breathe in, lift your head and hips up. When you breathe out, see if you can make the shape of a Halloween cat. And then breathe in, lift your head and tail up. Breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, let's open our knees and sink our hips down. This is child's pose. Stretch your arms forward. Reach your hands as far away as you can. At the same time, keep your hips down and let your head rest on the floor or keep it aligned between your arms. Stretching our spines more. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, stretch back. Exhale, spread your hands into the ground and reach your hips back. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's hold it there. Keep your hands right where they are and lift your hips, open your feet. We're going to try dog pose. Push your hips back and lift your tails up high. Stretch like a dog having a stretch in the morning. If your legs are tight, bend one knee at a time and gently reach your heels towards the ground. See if you can keep your hips still and your tails lifted. Breathing deep and easy. Try never to hold your breath. Now let's stretch both legs. Just as much as you're comfortable, you can keep your knees bent if you need to. Okay, step your feet forward and let's come up to standing.
Did you know that fish are high in omega-3s, which are healthy for your heart?
Moving on to mountain pose. So mountain pose is important because we're going to do mountain before any standing poses. So let's stack up our joints, so our ankles, our knees, our hips, our shoulders, and our heads are up nice and tall. Keep your abdominals pulling in, and let's reach up. Push your feet down and stretch those arms up, and then make the tip of our mountaintop. And if your neck is comfortable, look up. Breathe in and out. Use the muscles in your legs as you push your feet down, and let's reach and lower those arms. Try it again. Breathe in. Push your feet down, stretch as high as you can. Good. Let's move on to half moon. Reaching up and over to the right. Take a couple breaths. Stretch up to the center and over to the other side. Try not to twist your body, but bend directly to the side. Breathe in, pushing those feet down, and breathe out. Keep your abdominal muscles strong, and it helps to push your opposite foot into the ground. One more time each side. Up and over. This should feel good on your spine because we don't usually move this way.
Did you know that energy drinks often contain unhealthy levels of sugar and caffeine?
And rest those arms down. Take a couple breaths, so we're starting in mountain, and then step our feet apart for sun pose. Turn your knees and your feet just a little bit out to the side, but not too much. And then we're gonna bend our knees, lowering our hips straight down. So try not to poke your hips out behind you. Sink straight down so we have our good posture, and then open your elbows. This is sun pose. Sun pose is an energizing pose. So really stretch your hands and fingers. And you could gently straighten your legs and then sink down a little deeper. Press those thighs out to the sides. Try it again. Breathe in and out. Relax those shoulders. Good. Let's hold it.
Did you know that 1 can of cola has 9 teaspoons of sugar in it?
Walk your feet together and let's position ourselves on the floor for shark pose. Stretch out your body, find your space in the room, and lace your fingers behind your back or rest your arms beside you. Lift your shoulders open, lift your chest up, and try and lift your arms just like a shark fin. Relaxing down. Keep breathing. Stretch your spine and lift up. Reach through your arms. Rest down again. Keeping your feet on the floor, open those shoulders and gently lift up. This one's good for our posture. Good, let's press into our hands and come back to seated.
Did you know that child obesity rates have tripled in the past 20 years? It's time to make a change.
Pretzel pose is a twisting pose for our spine. We're gonna inhale, reach up, and exhale, twist, like you're gonna look behind you. Breathe in, reach. Breathe out, and twist. Watch you're not forcing the twist. Move gently and easily. If your neck feels uncomfortable, just look directly to the side.
Did you know that breakfast can be more than cereal, juice, or milk? Why don't you try blending a fruit smoothie?
Pigeon pose. Come to kneeling and slide one knee forward between your hands. Stretch your other leg out behind you. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, and lean forward. Watch you're not rolling over onto your hips. Keep those hips square. Breathe in and breathe out. You could even stretch your arms forward. Let's try the other side. Lift your hips, slide your knee back, and bring your other knee forward. Stretch out your back leg, breathe in, and breathe out. Try it again. Reach your arms forward. Great work, everybody. Let's come to seated. And take a deep breath in. And we're going to lay down for relaxation pose. So just let your shoulders rest open with the palms facing the ceiling. Stretch out your legs and relax your hips so your knees and feet flop open. Breathe in and out. Imagine your body is limp like a rag doll on the floor. When it's time to come up to seated, bend your knees, turn over onto your side, and push yourself up to seated. Let's find our good posture again. We can sit like a pretzel. Take a couple deep breaths. Thanks, everyone. I hope you enjoyed Yoga Techniques for the Classroom, Session 2. Bye.